What if I told you that the most powerful Muslims in the world today are not in the Middle East, not in Asia, but in America?
Yes.
American Muslims. You might not see them on the news every day. You might not see them waving flags or making grand speeches on world stages. But make no mistake, they are shaping the future in ways the world can't ignore. And the world is watching. This is not just a story. This is a movement. This is power. Let me take you back. Back to a time when Muslims in America were misunderstood, misrepresented, and marginalized. The media portrayed them as outsiders. The world saw them as a minority. And yet, in the shadows of adversity, something extraordinary happened. Faith met resilience. Belief met education. Conviction met opportunity. Today, American Muslims are doctors saving lives. They are lawyers fighting for justice. Entrepreneurs building billion-dollar companies. Artists telling stories that the world needs to hear. And scholars reviving the intellect of Islam in the 21st century. They are fathers and mothers raising strong, conscious children. They are youth leaders organizing for change. They are voices of peace in times of division. C.S. Lewis once said, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." And that, my friends, is the story of American Muslims. The power of faith in a secular world. In a society where faith is often questioned. Where religion is sometimes seen as weakness. American Muslims have turned their belief in God into their greatest strength. They fast while working 10-hour shifts. They pray in boardrooms and college dorms. They wear their hijabs and kufis with pride in a world that tells them to hide.
Why?
Because they know. Power doesn't come from popularity. It comes from principle. C.S. Lewis reminds us again, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. That's what Muslims in America are doing. Dreaming, building, believing. Education, the real power. Narrator *. Let's talk about real power. Not just military might. Not just wealth. But knowledge. Today, American Muslims rank among the most highly educated religious groups in the country. They are scientists at NASA, professors at Harvard, engineers at Google, surgeons in top hospitals, and activists speaking truth to power in the halls of Congress. Why is this important? Because education is the weapon that breaks stereotypes. It is the armor that deflects ignorance. It is the bridge between identity and influence. C.S. Lewis said, the task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts. And American Muslims are doing exactly that, watering the deserts of misunderstanding with the knowledge of who they truly are. Resilience through struggle. Now, don't be fooled. This success wasn't handed to them. It was earned, through tears, through trials, through 1,000 moments of doubt. After September 11th, the spotlight turned harsh. Mosques were vandalized. Children were bullied. Families were targeted. But did they fall?
No.
They stood taller. They prayed harder. They rose stronger. Because pressure doesn't break diamonds. It reveals them. And in the heart of hardship, a new generation of Muslim leaders was born. Hardships prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Every insult became a lesson. Every challenge became a chance. Every loss became fuel for a comeback. This is resilience. This is power. Islam in the spotlight. More people in America are learning about Islam today than ever before.
Why?
Because Muslims themselves are telling their stories. They are writing best-selling books, producing award-winning films, launching podcasts, educating millions on social media, teaching that Islam is not just a religion. It's a way of life, a code of honor, a force for peace. Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. And that's exactly what American Muslims are doing, living with integrity, day in and day out. In a world full of noise, they speak with truth. In a world of confusion, they bring clarity. Unity in diversity. American Muslims are not a single race, a single culture, or a single language. They are black, white, Latino, Asian, Arab, South Asian, and everything in between. They speak English, Arabic, Urdu, Somali, Turkish, Spanish, and the universal language of unity. They break their fasts together in mosques that look like the world itself. They stand shoulder to shoulder in prayer, rich and poor, old and young, immigrant and convert. This is the beauty of Islam in America. Not uniformity, but unity. *C.S. Lewis reminds us. What you see and what you hear depends a great deal on where you are standing. And when you stand in a mosque in America, you see the world. The power of the convert. One of the most powerful forces in American Islam today is the convert. People who weren't born into Islam, but chose it. Chose it after reading. Chose it after searching. Chose it because their hearts knew the truth when they found it. Former Christians. Former atheists. Former skeptics. Now powerful believers, ambassadors of faith, defenders of truth. Why does that matter? Because when someone embraces Islam with knowledge and love, they don't carry culture. They carry conviction. C.S. Lewis converted too. He knew the journey from doubt to belief, from darkness to light. And that journey is what makes American Muslims unstoppable. Youth, the future leaders. Let's talk about the future. The young Muslims of America. They're not just playing video games and scrolling TikTok. They're organizing climate marches, running for student government, memorizing the Quran while excelling in school, starting businesses before they can even drive. They are fearless. They are focused. They are faithful. These young Muslims are not confused about who they are. They are confident. They are proud. And they're ready to lead. C.S. Lewis once wrote **. Children are not a distraction from more important work. They are the most important work. And this new generation. They are the work. And they are the reward. Powerful. So the question remains. Why are American Muslims the most powerful in the world? Because they've learned to balance dunya and deen. Because they've found strength in struggle. Because they've built success on the foundation of sincerity. Because they live in a country that tests their faith daily, and they still hold on. They are powerful. Because they are principled. Because they are patient. Because they are prepared. C.S. Lewis taught us that the most powerful people are not always loud. Not always famous, but always faithful. And that is what makes American Muslims powerful. Final words. To every young Muslim listening, you were never meant to fit in. You were born to stand out. So rise, speak, build, lead. The world is waiting, and your story is just beginning.